If you want to run this trailer with me downtown, you're at the right spot. 8:15 on Thursday morning. Just got my daughter dropped off at school. It's her first day back. Have all those first day jitters. She's excited to be back at school, but I remember those first days. If you ever want to test your patience, if you don't have kids yet, or planning on kids, if you ever want to see what people are like, drive through a school zone like where the parents are going to drop off their kids. I've been through elementary, middle, and now to high school, and I'll tell you, that will test your patience. I kind of have to sit there and keep my hands at 10 and 2, and it's like, man, we're gonna get through this. But yeah, quick little run today. I'm excited for it. It starts here in El Cajon. I love that I have a time window between non-Amazon load. I have a time window of get there between 8 and 10, and then the part that's exciting for me is this drops off down at Petco Park. So kind of excited to see that ballpark from the trucker side of things. Never really seen that before, but heading to the truck now. Gonna go pre-trip it and see how bad it looks from sitting in this dirt lot for a couple days. Yeah, this is gonna be unacceptable. 4 days ago, this was spotless. This is sitting for 4 days in a dirt lot. New customer, new broker. I'm gonna have to go clean this thing up a little bit. Am I gonna win prettiest truck at the truck show? Probably not. But I feel a lot better showing up with it looking like that than how it did. I'm gonna let the glass dry off a little bit, get that water off of it, run into K-Lens, grab a Gatorade and come out and do the glass. But still got an hour and 15 minutes before I'm due here in El Cajon. So the spot I'm picking this up from is right next to where I get fuel. I'm picking up over here at this Sunbelt Rentals, and I don't necessarily need fuel at the moment, but I'm gonna need it soon. So I just figure, let's make my operation a little bit more efficient rather than driving back to the yard and then having to come back to where I get fuel from on another day and probably wasting 2 gallons of fuel, like 10 bucks. Let's just get it while we're here. For everybody just starting out like I was a couple years ago, definitely a good thing to keep in the truck are gloves. These little vinyl mitts that they give you to wear, I mean, unless you love the smell of diesel, these are just key to be able to throw on. These little vinyl mitts sometimes don't fit my hands. And then, like greasing up your fifth wheel, stuff like that, you'll be glad you have them, I promise. All right, showing up out here at the Sunbelt next to my SC Fuels. Hard hat in hand. Gonna go check in here, see what they have to say about me. I'll explain that hard hat in a minute. Let's find out what I'm taking. So this is what we're going to be taking. Standard little kingpin down there. Never hauled a flatbed before, so this will be fun. But a whole bunch of generators on the back of this thing. They started throwing out numbers, stuff I didn't understand, talking about EK 200 and it's like, all right, well, I'm just going to go around this thing and safety inspect it, be sure everything looks good, and get it down there. Here's a little of that recon I like to do before I especially head into places like downtown. Originally I thought that this was going to Petco Park, and I had kind of identified their receiving area. It looked like back here off of this Tony Gwynn Drive, and that's where I had originally planned to my plan of attack was getting me to there. I just found out that it's going to this, what would they call it, the tailgate lot, which is at 14th and K. I'm sure this is just, I'm not sharing anything here that's spectacular. This is just normal trucker stuff, but downtown got a lot of one-way streets, stuff like that. So how I think I'm gonna go about this, I always come in on F Street, and originally I was thinking I'd come in on F and hang a left, head south on 14th Street, but that 14th Street is closed. There's always construction, and that's why I like to check stuff like this. So what I'm actually gonna do, what my plan is to come in here on F Street, hang a left, head south down 15th Street. I check to see, I see the cars angling that way. I know that that's not a one-way street. I can take that all the way down past Market Street, behind the Albertsons there, and come down here to, was that K Street? Yeah, K Street. Make a left, or make a right, head west there on K Street, and then K Street should get me right here to this entrance, which is the Padres tailgate lot. So that's where I know I'm gonna be dropping this off. Just a little bit of, I mean, this is just basic stuff. I'm sure there's probably better ways to do it. I just kind of like to put eyes onto a place that I'm going, especially when I'm carrying 50 feet, or with the truck, probably what, 65, 70 feet worth of truck. If this were my car, I wouldn't even be doing this. But because I'm taking a big car down there, I feel like this is essential. All right, let the truck air up here. Close these windows up so we can hear better. 10:45, been out here at the Sun Belt for about hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. Found out what I'm taking. These are generators that are used to charge electric cars. So, I intentionally avoid stuff that's hot button political stuff, but I do find the irony in the big ass diesel truck like mine carrying a flatbed full of diesel trailers down to Petco Park so that people with electric cars can charge their car. I don't really have an opinion on electric cars. If you want one, get it. That's my opinion of it. But there is some irony in that. It's like, all right, so we're gonna go down there so that the electric cars can charge. I don't really care. I'm here to make some money. I mean, if taking this down there makes me money, that's the game I'm in. But yeah, so that's what I'm taking down there. What's been taking so long, I'm just watching their truck move so I can squeeze in there. They've been just setting up all the generators, being sure all the connections are good. I already looked over the trailer real well. I'm gonna go connect to it right now, but looks like they're getting out of my way. Let's go hook up this trailer.
I think that's gonna be like a 3 or 4 point. Is it? Check it out. Open it. How many outlets does it have?
It's like 7.
How about the other one? 7 too?
Yes.
So it says right there auxiliary and standard.
Oh.
So I would go to the one you had it and just double check your lights.
Check the lights, okay.
Yeah.
What would you use this one for?
Fuck, I don't know.
I've just never seen that.
Yeah, me neither. Sometimes, they run the black cable, but
yeah,
it's only a pipe, not a cable.
Got it. All right, thank you.
I will just double check your lights.
Yeah, thank you. All right, left turn signal works. Right turn signal works. Yes, for those of you guys who run flatbed or just know more than I do, what is the purpose of 2 electrical inputs? Got a standard and auxiliary. Both sets of pins work, but I know it's working on that one, so that's where I'm going to keep it. there is zero doubt in my mind that this is the heaviest thing I've hauled in a long time. I mean, it's been a while since I've done like a water or beer load, but this is, I mean, I can feel the truck pulling. I know there's some weight behind this. They say 45,000 pounds. I believe it. I'm not going through any scales, so not too worried about it. Just shooting from El Cajon to downtown. But let's talk about the hard hat. Why do I have a hard hat with me? When I bought the truck, you know, watching guys on YouTube, it's like I saw guys with hard hats, and it's like, well, I may need it one day. I'm glad I bought it. Today's the day. I've had it for 2.5 years, never used it. It was a requirement of this load. They sent over the broker requirements. They're like, well, we need your PPE. And immediately when I saw that, I'm like, are they still masking up for COVID and stuff like that? I mean, that's just where my mind goes to with PPE. And they had real specific requirements on this. They're like, you got to be wearing pants. Okay, I won't wear shorts. You got to have steel-toed boots on, steel-toed boots, and a hard hat. And I had all those things. It's like, all right, I'll dress a little different today. I'll wear that. But yeah, I have the hard hat just in case. They say that there's like a $250 fine from what the broker would be paying me if I don't, if I'm not wearing like a hard hat, steel-toed boots, pants, that type of stuff like that. So that's obviously I came prepared for that. And you might be sitting there wondering like, hey, aren't you the Amazon guy? Why aren't you running an Amazon load? I don't mean to like tear Amazon down to build up this load. One thing I do in the back, I mean, I'm always working for other brokers. I'm willing to work for whoever's willing to work with me and pay all right. Amazon lately, since like after Prime Day passed, like everybody loves Prime Day, but then what typically seems to happen is they have too much capacity, and I don't blame them one bit. They take advantage of that. I mean, ever since Prime Day ended, I did that Hostler gig for 2 weeks. Rates were crazy. Well, just as crazy as rates were during that time, they're equally as bad right now. I mean, they're sending, I'd say for the last week, they've been sending loads to Ontario for like $220 to no more than $300. And like, let me tell you how that's going to play out. You're going to end up in Ontario. You're going to be looking for a load back. You're going to probably call that like a stop loss at, let's say, 4 or 5 hours. And you're probably going to end up bobtailing back to San Diego with no load. And you're going to spend about, let's say, 240 miles round trip. At least, depending on how long you want to wait up there, probably about 6-8 hours of your day for sub $300. That does not sound like a good time to me. I'm down to work for whoever. I mean, my preferred thing is Amazon. I'm down to work for whoever, but I'm looking for like the best deal for me in that too. It's not like, I mean, I enjoy working for Amazon, but I don't have this blind allegiance to them. If I get on the load board and I see a load like this today, keeps me local, keeps me doing what I'm doing, I'm gonna jump all over this. I mean, every time. I mean, I was just kind of looking, again, not to tear down Amazon. I was kind of looking at like, okay, well, the money that I'm making on this load, what would I have to do that for Amazon? And it's like, they're having people drive out to like Fresno, Phoenix, and Tucson for about the same money that I'm making today. So it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, I enjoy Amazon, but I'm only really willing to work for them when it's great. The other thing that weighs heavily on my mind is, I don't want to be cocky and be like, I'm the guy with 100% grade. I have managed to keep my grade with Amazon, all 4 metrics, at 100% now for a little over a year. I'm proud of that. I mean, you start seeing all the ways that your grade can slip and fall with Amazon, and you start to realize, like, anybody can get that grade temporarily, but can you keep it? I don't want to come across as bragging on that, because I know that I'm one little tiny mistake away from losing that grade. We all are. Anybody who hauls for Amazon is one teensy little mistake away from losing that grade. But the other thing that weighs heavily on my mind is, the last thing I want to do is go run a load for them for, let's say, a below average rate and have my mistake happen on that load. And then let's say in a week or 2 weeks, things start heating up with Amazon again, and now I messed my grade up for a low paying load. I mean, so when I say I'll only work for Amazon when it's great, they've kind of built that into their process with me, at least. I'm not willing to run for them for cheap and put my grade and my earning potential at risk for a rate that's not fantastic. And even if the pay with Amazon were the same as this load, I still probably would opt for this, because at the end of the day, I mean, I know that, like, to some people on the internet, Amazon is like the laughing stock of like, well, that's where the new people work. They're replacing Swift, is hiring all the bad carriers, this. That's fine. That's all noise. At the end of the day, Amazon expects a lot. If you're hauling for Amazon, you know that, like, you know, if they tell you to be there at 10:14 and you get there at 10:15, you're not going to eat for the next 6 weeks. This is like, what I'm doing today is like low-key trucking. I was given I hate to call it a scheduled arrival time because it wasn't. I was given a pickup time of a 2-hour window. Who can't do that? I mean, to get there within 2 hours. And then, you know, there's no, like right now, if I had a problem with this load, I can get in touch with, I've been in like text communication with the broker. If there's any problem with it, I'm not sitting here waiting for a callback. It's just, this is easier. And so like if the pay were the same, I would opt for this. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I get a little bit of anxiety every time I bring this truck downtown.
Hallelujah.
What's happening?
Swing hard right.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna park along the curve over there.
The curve?
To the right.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll show you where.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Just want to make sure you have enough swing room.
Right.
Things are a pain in the ass to turn.
Right. All right, 11:50. I am done. Love to get you some good drone shots of what it looks like down here, but unfortunately, San Diego International precedes my content creation. I'm not allowed to fly the drone here, so that's cool. But gonna go head up to the bakery. There's a little bakery down here my wife loves, and I like keeping her happy. Man, gonna wrap this one up here. You know, people ask me a lot on here, you know, what do you do when Amazon's bad? What do you do when Amazon's bad? You know, you can work for anybody you want. When, like I said, when Amazon's good, I'm willing to get in there, get after it. But, you know, if they're gonna consistently offer, you know, below average rates with high expectations, I'm going to go to other brokers who I can live down to their expectations. Let's put it that way. Quick little day today. I mean, it's 12 o'clock. I'm already at the bakery, getting my wife something to go, gonna head home. But I mean, you figure I was able to do everything. I mean, the same stuff I do with Amazon, I just do with other brokers. What load boards do I use? Truck Smarter, DAT. I do have the basic little subscription to DAT. I think it's like $45 a month. It pretty much pays for itself. I mean, the same thing I do with Amazon as far as, you know, looking for these local little runs. I do the same thing on DAT. I'm always on there looking for stuff. The other day there was two brokers kind of having the same load listed. Both were picking up a towaway trailer, an empty trailer out in El Centro, and bringing it back to San Diego, and they both had it on there for $800. I saw that as an opportunity to play them against one another. It's like, you know, they play games with us all the time. It's only fair that we play them back. And, you know, it's like I'd call up one and be like, hey, you know, what can you come up to? Call up the other one. And it was just kind of like, all right, cool. Got one of them to come up to $1,000. So, you know, it's not bad. But a day like today, am I going to retire doing little days like this? Thank you so much.
Do you want sugar with that?
What would you recommend?
I mean, the dark brown is good.
It can't go wrong with sugar. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have my little coffee. Try some of this brown sugar here. I forgot my train of thought, but you know, as far as, you know, the same stuff I do for Amazon, I'm willing to do for Amazon as long as they're willing to pay for me to meet those high expectations. Got a real noisy motorcycle going by. But you know, like, keep in mind that Amazon's not the only show in town. I mean, hi. Let's be.
Alrighty, wait, no, anything else?
Nope, this is it. Thank you so much. Oh, if I keep the number, will you go to me more?
I might, eventually.
Thank you. All right, my wife's gonna be happy with this. You know, a little day like today, run downtown. It was like 30 minutes of driving. It was a lot of waiting. It's gonna be one of those days where I'm gonna wish I brought my microphone. Basically, I expect to get paid to meet those high expectations. If they're not willing to do it, I'll find somebody who will. But gonna finish up here, pick my daughter up from school. I was able to drop her off, pick her up. Got a present for my wife. She'll be happy, and had a fun day. Got to go down and check out the new doing some BMW event down at Petco this weekend. So maybe I'll go check that out later. As always, hope this video serves you well. Appreciate you for watching. Take care.